MP, then it's DeAndre Hunter, then there's Tristan Thompson, and it's Mobley in at the 4. And for the 76ers, they've got Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid is out there with Paul George, and it's Grimes in at the 2. You know, in game 2 of a back-to-back, just how drained are you from yesterday as a player?
You know, BA, proper rest and stretching can help a lot, but you're not going to be your usual self at the start of game time. Believe that.
And coming into the season, MP was very open about his motivation. He wants to prove he's the best rookie in the class.
We know full well how much hype there was behind MP coming into this league, and he was bold to suggest in public that he wants to be the best in his rookie class. And so far, MP hasn't let us down one bit. He's been electrifying and living up to his word.
The numbers testify. Tyrese Maxey is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA.
Hunter passes to Mobley. MP outside. Sinks the tray.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Maxey. 23 points his last.
Oh! Wow.
Get out
Come
of the
on,
way!
with authority.
Wow. The athleticism of Maxey. Impressive.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Outside Mitchell. Back to MP. Elbow shot on the way. The rebound by Yabusele. Now Philadelphia with it. This, their first chance to take a look at Cleveland this season.
Yeah, we saw how combative yet enjoyable last season's series was. Two very excellent teams going at it.
Exactly. They split the series, Greg. Two elite teams and conference foes renewing that rivalry tonight.
Maxey's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse.
I discussed with Coach the difficulties of guarding Donovan Mitchell. He jokingly responded, "You mean the guy who scored 71 points? It should be pretty easy." And he went on to say, "Donovan is one of the best scorers in the game. We have to be disciplined and guard him closely. This will be a big test for their defense. Guys?"
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
They have been rolling. That's their first miss of the game.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, BA, and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
George passes to Maxey. No good on the triple.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Collins. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Sixers leading. George outside. Here's Yabusele for 3. Maxey. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
Zero hesitation, Maxey. Great confidence in his mechanics and his work.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. Taking a look at the Pelicans, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
I think for Cleveland, they've done a fantastic job of developing team chemistry. Higher on this list than lots of people expected. One of my favorite stories so far. You have to be ready to take your shots when they come. And MP was ready this time.
George outside. Here's Embiid. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Hunter finds MP. Now Mobley. Collins outside. From deep. And Cleveland another 3.
The defense has to understand the scouting report on MP. He can make you pay from deep.
Philadelphia's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Here's Yabusele. George outside. Here's the pick. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. 1:14 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Mitchell. 4-3. Collins, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Yabusele. Now here's Embiid, defended by Thompson. Releases from 15. Embiid gets the bucket.
Embiid, a versatile shot maker, showing off his mid-range game there.
Cleveland has gone 4 of 6 from deep to start this game. Pass to Thompson. Collins outside. Outside Mitchell. Back to MP. Clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Here's Hunter. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Showing a good IQ for the game. MP feeding a guy ready to score.
Embiid with it. Last game out, he had 38 points. Fires the 3. And so it's MP making things happen for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. We're coming. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Cavaliers.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Kelly Oubre out there with Edwards. Then there's Butler. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's McCain in a 2-guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Butler taking his time here. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Cleveland has got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. Mitchell misses.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
The size and strength of Embiid, he is absolutely mammoth. Really hard to deal with. You may need a couple of guys to box him out.
Garland against Butler. There's the triple. And another miss by Cleveland.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Now here's Embiid. Defense is right there. And here's Edwards outside. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. And now a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
Nice job finding the open teammate that time. What a pass right there from Embiid.
Pass to Wade. Fires from deep. Can't hit that one.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
Butler passes to Embiid. Substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Wade. Evan Mobley comes in for Tyson. Hunter's checked in for Strus. And it's Collins in for Darius Garland. Here's Collins. He's got 9. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Off target from outside. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. The Cavaliers trail by 3. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Well, Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing.
Maxey, that's good.
Big time answer by Maxey. Boy, was he dialed in there.
Mobley outside. Back to Collins. There's the three. Oh, MP showing the big range.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Maxey passes to Embiid. And so the ball out of bounds. Embiid touched it last. And Cleveland making a change here. Garland's checked in. Here's Collins. Last game we saw him with 32 points. Pass to Mobley. Three-pointer. And another miss by Cleveland. The 76ers have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Here's McCain, covered by MP. Misses with a tough leaning jump shot. A chance at a 2 for 1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Back to Garland. Shoots over Maxey. Garland, no good. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Pass to McCain. Gets the three to fall. McCain's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Down low. Kicks it out to Collins. Garland for three. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Philadelphia on top, up by 3. And we'll be back right after this.
Welcome, folks. The Philadelphia 76ers going head-to-head in what's been a neck-and-neck battle through 2 quarters.
Their offense is running like a machine there, Shaq. I mean, they're making calculated decisions, kind of like all of those degrees you have. Calculated degrees, very consistent approach.
Now let's take a moment to recognize our... Thanks for joining us. Time.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the court right now for Cleveland. They've got Tristan Thompson. DeAndre Hunter is out there with Evan Mobley. Then it's MP, and it's Mitchell in at the 2. Maxey hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Maxey's got 15 points.
Every time Maxey steps on the floor, you expect a big scoring night. Tyrese can explode offensively at any time.
Outside Mitchell. Nails the wide open jumper. Mitchell's got his second bucket on the night.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Pass to Grimes. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Hey, we've seen Maxey take the big jump. Now he's one of the game's best scorers.
Outside Mitchell. Back to Collins. Shoots over Maxey. Collins, no good.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Hunter passes to Thompson. And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Let's take a look at the numbers for Joel Embiid.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up. That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, Mobley better get used to getting to the line, especially with his style of play.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Throw good, Mobley. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So, at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer. Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job just bouncing off the floor there.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Pass to MP. Fires for 3. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game.
Tell you what, guys, the aggressiveness on defense just hasn't been there this half, not like it was in the first.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Darius Garland, he's checked in for Cleveland. And so here is Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. Pass to McCain. Here's Grimes. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the 2nd half now.
He is tenacious. Love to watch him battle on the defensive glass.
Mitchell finds Mobley. Back to Mitchell. The shot from 20 feet out is good. And it's a 5-point Cleveland lead.
And offensively, it appears they've hit their stride.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
And there's 1:38 left to play in the 3rd. Pass to McCain. Outside Maxey. Shot clock at 5. Takes one from 10 feet. Yes, on the jumper. Maxey's got 21. Cleveland leading by 3. Now MP. He's got 21. Jacks up a 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers, trailing by 5. Pass to Embiid. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
The constant evolution of Embiid's game, really impressive. A credit to his work ethic. He continues to get better, becoming a bigger threat with his improved arsenal.
The Sixers making a change here. Grimes is checked in. We've got Kelly Oubre. Edwards out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
MP, the pass to Mitchell. Back to MP. Now Garland. And here's MP from outside. Hits the trifecta. MP's got 12 points in just the second half.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
And here's Embiid. Embiid drawing the double team. Grimes, the pass to Embiid. 6 to shoot. Edwards for 3. Philadelphia with another miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Back to MP. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Oubre. 76ers trail by 10. To the inside. Here's McCain. Strus with a defensive effort.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
The three from Mitchell. It's hauled in by Oubre. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. Here's Grimes. Philadelphia with another miss.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Left side Garland. Back to MP. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland. The 76ers running out of time. Here's Oubre. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Strus has got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Mitchell. Back to MP. Pass to Strus. Here's Collins. On the wing, Mitchell for 3. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Collins has got his 4th assist with that last one. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. A different look for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Wade. Evan Mobley comes in for Strus. And it's DeAndre Hunter in for Garland. Pass to Embiid. Oh, nice job, Embiid.
Once he gets that low, there's nothing you can do about it. Embiid is a major handful inside.
Here's Hunter. George defending. Maxey against Collins. Now here's Mitchell. Back to Collins. Pass to Mitchell. Fires the 3. And the Cavaliers, another 3.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Cavaliers.
Check out their assist numbers.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for MP.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. Pass to McCain. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Collins. And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And